morning everyone, welcome back to the channel and Happy New Year. As you can see, I'm not in Tokyo. I'm at the moment in the beautiful Hokkaido. Precisely, I'm in Biei, which is right in the middle of the island of Hokkaido, and is a wonderful place with lots of rolling hills and really iconic and beautiful trees. And that's probably the reason why it's been for years one of the most famous places for minimalist photographers. So I'm here with a friend of mine, and we arrived yesterday, and we're gonna stay for about a week. We're gonna go in lots of different places, but today we have the whole day for ourselves here in Biei. And we did shoot a little bit yesterday. We kind of shot the most famous trees around the area, and today we want to focus a little bit more on walking around and finding interesting locations that no one else hopefully has shot before. As you can see here, I'm walking around and I'm surrounded by snow, and as you can see here, there's really wonderful fields of untouched snow, which is really wonderful to look at, and also really nice for photography. The weather is changing so fast. It is sunny at the moment, and it was really snowy like 5 minutes ago, so you can never know exactly what you're gonna get, and it's kind of difficult to also shoot a vlog while the weather changes so fast. But I'm going to try and go around and shoot in several different locations, and then if I see something interesting, I'll bring you guys with me. So for now, let's keep scouting. So at the moment I did find this interesting composition here, with some snow and some branches coming up from it. It wouldn't be a really interesting composition normally, but with this light we have the sun hitting just part of the snow, and the other side of the snow is in shadow, so it gives it a little bit more of contrast, and I think it's pretty interesting. I'm gonna try and shoot it with my 100 to 400 lens, so zooming in as much as possible and try to make for a really minimal composition. So I did try a couple of shots with my long lens, and it's been really interesting because this light and maybe as you can see there, the shadows in the snow, if you take those pictures in black and white, they kind of look like some sand dunes rather than snow. So it's really interesting how you can change the landscape by just doing black and white photography in this simple scene. I did try a little bit of scenes with the branches in, and a little bit of scenes without the branches, just with snow and a little bit of the sky. The sky is not really interesting. It's blue sky, which is not so common in winter Hokkaido, but I think if you consider the images in black and white, it just gives a little bit of negative space at the top of the frame to make the snow even more interesting at the bottom. So yeah, overall I'm gonna keep shooting. Definitely love this long lens here. It's a new one that I got from Tamron. Is the 100 to 400 whatever DIVC USD for the Nikon mount. And I think it's really important to have a long lens like this in a place like Biei and Hokkaido in general. at this location, which is called the Seven Star Trees, as you can see behind me here. It's kind of an iconic location, and it's kind of a nightmare to frame this thing. I tried many different things, but as you can see, the trees spread out quite a little bit, so it's kind of difficult to have everything in the frame at the same time, especially if you're shooting square. I did try some shots from the other side of the hill, which is actually a little bit better as far as composition goes, because the trees are straight in front of you. The problem is I only have two lenses with me. I have the 100 to 400 and I have this 18 to 35, and this one was a little bit too short on the other side, so you end up seeing a lot of dirty snow, and you can't make exactly the composition that you want. And the 100 to 100 on the other hand is a little bit too close up, so we came all the way up here, and I'm trying to frame it from this side, but it's kind of difficult to get everything together in the same composition. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a little bit of tries still, and then probably I'm going to focus on some other more minimal scenes that I can see around me. This place is really good because the road is actually closed for winter, and even if it's clean, there's lots of signals to say the road is closed, so be careful. So lots of people just don't come up here, which is good. And another good thing is usually here it's full of tourists, especially tourists from Korea and from China, but this year, thanks to COVID, or should I say due to COVID, and there's basically no tourists, so it's really good, really quiet, silent. There's basically no one else around here apart from us, so we're having a lot of fun. We're gonna keep doing it, and if I get any nice pictures, you're gonna see them. We are continuing our exploration of this beautiful area, and the weather is really nice. Still sunny. It is snowing a little bit, but not so much. We found another group of trees here. I don't know if you can see them. That is part of a bigger group of trees called the Mile 7 trees. Usually it's a place where everyone shoots really wide, but this year the road is closed and there's lots of snow. There's like snow up to here, so it's not really possible to go there. So I'm trying to find some high point of view to shoot those trees with a different angle, and I did find this really nice spot here up the hill, and I'm shooting just 5 of those trees grouped together from here with my 100 to 400, and I'm trying to include some of the foreground snow here, which is really beautiful and untouched. I'm kind of waiting to get a little bit more of sunlight, because in that way I can get a little bit more of separation between the different layers of snow, which comes out really good in black and white. So yeah, all in all, a really good place to be today. Beautiful weather, beautiful snow, beautiful trees. Overall, a really great day. so far, and we're about 20 minutes from sunset, which is going to be really, really fast. We drove around a little bit around these hills, and we found a really nice couple of pine trees that look really, really nice. So I'm going to shoot those. And as you can see, it also started snowing, so the atmosphere is really, really nice. So I think I'm going to shoot a couple of shots of those trees, and then we're going to call it a day for today. We're going to leave tomorrow morning for a really different location. So I'm going to try and bring you guys along with me. But for today, I think that's everything. It's been great to shoot around these hills, as usual. A great experience here in Hokkaido. If you have the chance, you should really come and visit. So, bye for now. I'll see you in the next one.